Hello everybody, and this is going to be part 2 of Glory Destiny's review and hints. I will just start playing it off of where I had cut it, and yeah, so enjoy. What else is there? This one does have the auto route system, which is nice. They don't have any kind of world-like event yet, and I'm not even sure if they have a PvP at this point. But they do kind of have like the altar thing that they have in Eden. There is an arena apparently, but I'm not really sure how that works. Battlefield, I think they're kind of implementing that right now. They're not really finished with that. There is a teleport button here, so you don't have to go back to the town to teleport to any of the cities. Now I don't have any here, but when you do go back to town, there's this kind of like tornado type of icon, and it's gonna be like a crystal. Actually I can go back and show you. This is the recall button. So, oh gosh, actually, okay. So as you can see, there's the tornado icon that I was talking about, and this is kind of like the teleporter checkpoint thing. And as you can see, I can teleport back to these areas, and they cost whatever money that they say. And that's pretty handy, so you don't have to go back to town all the time. The medic is kind of the save point. Right now, it's since I am in a Asian server, some of the texts are in Asian or Chinese or whatever you want to call it. It's for the most part Chinese. What else? Oh, there is a pet system. You can merge your pets, and you can have their pet fight with you. What I mean with merge is like they merge with you, and that is why you kind of see this green aura around me. So as a pet, you get these special stats with them, and based on the type of pets, that's what you get. Also, they have the evolve button, which is basically using two pets and evolving them together. Right now there's only a 3 pet level cap. There is a pet NPC somewhere in town. I'm not sure if in this town, but oh, here we go. Pet keeper. You can keep your additional pets in here, so you can have up to, I'm guessing 6 maybe. Don't quote me on it. But when you do evolve your pet using 2 different pets or even the same one, they will take the skills, and it's just a random choice of which skill gets keep and what skill gets thrown away. So if you do have a pet that you really like the skill and you're gonna merge it with something else that you don't really like, then word of advice, just don't merge it. Merge it with something that you'll be happy even if one of the skills is gone. So what I'm saying is, for 2 pets, have them have two skills each that you like, and won't be upset if 2 of them actually are gone. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So you can have one merge and one of them fighting, so technically 2 pets are kind of out. What else is there? There is like the town invasion type of thing that they have in Eden, where you get the treasure box afterwards, which is here. As you can see, I have a lot that I haven't opened. Inventory wise, you're gonna have not a lot of space. They do have the kind of level by level bonus stuff that you can get. Money wise, it is very hard to get money. It's copper, silver, and gold is a lot of money. What else is there? So what I don't like about this game basically is, one thing, you're not working up to anything as of now. The assassin, for the most part, is boring, and I'm not sure if it's because how I did the skills, but I put a lot of my skills in stats, and there's only kind of like a 2 main chain thingy, that, if you want to call it, of attack skills, which I haven't put in any of, so it's kind of boring for me just to push the same button and use the same skill. The one thing that I like about Eden than this is the pace of the game. Now, with Eden, like, you can use a lot of different skills, and I find that to be more exciting than, you know, having one or two skills being used. Another thing is that there's no real way to mob in this game, or maybe I'm not competent in it, because on the shaman and in the sorcerer that I had, there was an AoE skill that you start off with, and it has a 3-meter kind of radius that it affects. And for some reason, I got two monsters side by side, and it never even touched the other monster. So I'm not sure how AoE kind of works here. Also, they have dailies, and for the most part, they are very annoying. As you can see, I can't read any of it. This one is in Japanese. So yeah, it's a lot of dailies where you have to go to town to get stuff, and they don't tell you what town you have to go. They kind of just auto route you there, which is nice. But if it's a town like back way over here, you wouldn't know, but you're just gonna be running all through here. And word of advice, if you are doing that, you want to be there when it's running, even though it's gonna be really long, because you might run a chance of dying along the way. Sadly to say, that's how I lose a lot of my XP. I just kind of leave it and it dies. And I know that it happens, but I'd rather do something else than watch it run. And I'm not really sure where it's running to now because of the text that it's screwed up. Before it wasn't like that. After a certain patch, they've kind of changed that. There is no repeatable quests. So after you're done, you're just kind of grinding, which is okay since you have to get some of the items for your crafting anyways. And there is no capsule machine like in Eden. So I think that's just something that was added. Maybe it's part of the original Eden game, but I'm not really sure. I think that's about it. Oh, monsters can do AoE attacks, regular monsters, so if you see like a kind of a ball going in 4 directions, that sometimes can hurt you. Oh, this game has dungeons instances. There is a 2-man dungeon, oddly enough. There's 3 and 4. And then I think a 5-man dungeon, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure there's a 5-man dungeon. There is also the couple kind of system. It's a little bit different than in Eden because it's based off of EXP wise. So if you kill kind of like the boss of the world, the different bosses in the world, then you get EXP for that. Other than that, it doesn't really matter if you've been together for however many days, oddly enough. And you get skills, you don't have to buy them. There is guilds that you can create and do guild quests, which I heard is the most efficient way of leveling, and I think that's the same for Eden. They do have the archive system here and the achievement system. Here's the clan, but yeah. I'm not sure if there's anything else that I'm missing. Oh, okay, here. Next to your name, the item helper is kind of like a auto system, which Eden doesn't have, which is really nice if you're using it. You can say when to pot. The only thing to be careful of this is if you put this as a very low number, or very high number I should say, a very high number, then it will just constantly pot up. So you want to do it kind of in the middle, where it pots kind of all the way or semi all the way, but not constantly potting because of the high number. If you understand what I mean. Like, say for instance, if you put 95 and you got like, I don't know, let's just say 1,000 damage, it's gonna keep potting until you hit 100. And even if you only take 500, it's still gonna pot type of thing. Other than that, there's nothing really else to this game. And yeah, so this is the look at Glory Destiny Online. It's gonna be called, I think, Spirit Tales for the US and Europe version. Right now they are going to beta, and I'll put a link down at the description for that. And I'm not really sure if it's gonna be worth putting the Asian server on. I don't lag or anything, it's just a time difference that is different than anything else. And I'm not really sure if that the US and Europe version will have more people. In my opinion, that this game has very few players online, and that just could be only me and I'm in the wrong town. But that's just how I feel. There is a main town. There's not like an Avon or anything like that. But the main town is, let's see, Frost Forest. That's where you can auction your stuff. There's private shops that characters can set up. Things like that. So I think I'll just leave it at that, and I will see you guys later.